It's because God can trust you with a title. It's because God can trust you with a position. It's because God can trust you with power. It is because God can trust you with gifting. It is because God can trust you with an anointing. You don't hear what I'm saying tonight? When Paul came off the mountain, after he'd been in the presence of God for 3 years, the Bible said he went to meet with the disciples to find out what Jesus was like in the flesh. The other disciples did not trust him. But see, it did not matter because they did not know what it took at that time for Paul to meet the standards. It didn't matter if they liked Paul or not. God liked Paul. It didn't matter if they approved of Paul or not. God approved of Paul. You don't hear what I'm saying? He had met the qualification. He had met it to be available. That's why Paul could start off every book by saying, I've been called an apostle in Jesus Christ by the will of God. Paul was saying, I'm called that because I met the standards. I'm called that because I qualified. I'm called that. You see, saints of God, we're not here today, saints of God, because he met my standards. He's not here today because I didn't come to preach for him to meet my standards. I came to preach today because if he's here today, then he must have met God's standards. Hallelujah. He must have met God's way. He must have been available to God, saints of God. See, you got to recognize when God picked Abraham to be the father of many nations. He picked Abraham not just to pick Abraham, but he picked Abraham because he met the standards. When God told Abraham to leave his kindred and go to the land that I will show you, when he told Abraham to take his son up on the mountaintop and sacrifice him, it was then that God said, now I know I can trust you. Now I can use you. Now I can bless you. Now I can qualify you. Now I can anoint you. Now I can change your name from Abram to Abraham. See, when God qualify you, he'll change your name in heaven. He'll change your name like he did Jacob to Israel, because why? You've been qualified. Hallelujah. That's why Romans 8:28 says, and we know that all things work together for